Bruv, I beg you, wallahi, look at my...
Bro, I want to ask you a question. Yeah, what's Magneto like in real life?
Like Voldemort if he was on Love Island.
Away the lads, away the lads, away the lads.
Anyway, welcome back to the Antisocial podcast, the most handsome podcast in the world, most beautiful podcast, most attractive podcast, brought to you by Adrian Flux.
Yes. Has our handsomeness gone down off recent events is a question I'd like to ask.
No, I think that... See, the thing is, you can say that, and I would somewhat agree. It has went down, but I'd say that it was such a high-level standard beforehand. It's still no one's
untouchable.
Yeah, I'd say kind of like Prince Andrew after he did some crimes. Untouchable. Like, no matter what we do wrong, we can...
well, our staircase is white, so that's one thing we have in common with him.
What, sorry?
That was a big thing of why Prince Andrew got caught, because his staircase was white. It was the same photo as the girl who was underage.
Yeah.
Why did we start it off like that?
Right. Welcome to the Nonsense Podcast. Although he did go to Pizza Express, and he can't sweat, so, you know.
Right.
Wait, he went to Pizza Express?
Yeah, loves a margarita.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have him down as a pepperoni.
A pepperoni kind of guy? Why?
I could put him over the kids' nipples, just...
Well, actually, cheese pizza is actually the slang term that paedophile use for child.
He'd know. His best mate. You know.
Yeah, you know all the slang because of your best pal.
What?
Okay. Anyway. So what I was...
like a fucking dolphin at SeaWorld.
I'm like Mickey Mouse. Right.
What a chaotic start.
Right. Anyway, what I was related to earlier was that, Charlie, you've just come fresh off the set today from Sidemen Sunday filming.
Yes.
Today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today.
So, what do you want to...
Today.
Today. Do you want to take us through the whole process of how you... Firstly, how did it come about?
How the good old question. How did it come about? Basically, we are all in a group chat where we play football together. Ethan came into the group chat and said, would any of you guys like to have your head mudded by the Sidemen? And we were all up for it.
We were all... Yeah, can we just make that clear? Everybody was up for it, but it got narrowed
shortlisted.
Down. Yeah, it got shortlisted to the best.
But most handsome.
Was it the most... Was that the requirements for it?
Yeah, most handsome.
No, oh my... Yeah, she's got a fucking swastika. There's a fucking swastika.
Where?
The fucking one at the bottom. That's a fucking swastika.
It's not swastika. No. It's the old Hindu sign.
The cameraman is wearing a top. There's a swastika on it.
Anyway, yes. Sidemen, you completely mudded that whole section, by the way.
Don't blame me.
Just let it go.
So we were already too handsome, and I feel like they knew even if they did mud me that I'd still be the most handsome man in the world. So I reckon that's why I didn't, because I actually got sent the details. Like Ethan was in the DMs. He's like, "This is it," and I was like looking forward to it, and then.
Yeah, you proper went for it.
Went for it? What am I, a fucking dog with a bone?
Yeah, you did. You really went for it.
Lewis, can you please tell Ethan I'll do it as well?
Didn't actually say that. You know, I think you really wanted it. You really wanted that head shaven. Would you have took?
Yes, my channel's mudded. I'm not going to lie to anyone. My channel's... If you want to fucking scold me...
What would you do? What would you do if you got in, right? You shaved your head, you did the video, and it did worse. It did worse than the actor, but you were left with a bald head.
That's what I'm worried about, mate. That's what I'm worried about. Have I been mudded for absolutely no reason?
He's just stood there like, this is it. And then it's just nothing.
The Road to Shaw's just mudded your whole scalp and spat on your head.
And the video's a 10 out of 10. That'd be the worst fucking... I think that's the point. I think that's the point where I'd kill myself. I think that'd be the last straw. And you know what? I've just been on Sidemen Sunday. My channel's even more dead than it was before. I think that would be the final turning point for me.
That would be the worst, I'm not going to lie. That's what genuinely I was worried about. I was just like, you know what, if I actually make this video, put it out, and it just flops and it tanks, I get no subs, what the fuck's the point? I was so happy with my hair.
Well, the video's going to be out right now, So it's going to be our
So we don't actually know. Charlie could be sitting here, fucking the biggest one here, or the smallest. He's the smallest, but I mean, size-wise, he might be the most popular, or you might have lost subs.
I probably, you know what? I actually wouldn't be surprised if you see my intro of the new video. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually lose subs.
So you got picked.
Yeah.
And
make a wish.
Yeah. How did Ethan just message you privately?
Yeah. So everyone was obviously saying in the group chat, it was like, I'll be up for it, and I was talking to him already, like in WhatsApp, just talking about videos and stuff that was supposed to be filming coming up.
About trapping. About trapping.
Oh yeah, we're drillers. And then I was just like, by the way, I'm interested if you want. And he said, are you? And I said, yeah. And he said, all right, I'll put you down, you three. And then a few days later, he sent me another, like a PDF of everything that went throughout the day. And he was just like, okay, just so you know, come March 2nd at this time.
And how were you feeling when you got that you were in?
Because I didn't know initially that you guys weren't. So I was just like, I'm excited. It'll be good. It'll be good fun.
You come in, guys, we're getting our head shaved, and we're just sitting there like...
Yeah, no, not me. Mudded.
Mudded. I was just kind of excited. Like, I was looking forward to it. He then showed me the shortlist of who was on it. So it was a friend of mine, JCC, Rory, Nepenthes, and Syndicate. So I was like,
Nepo monster.
It's very...
Yeah, he was very reserved on set as well.
Yeah. How was he? He's
nothing like wrong at all with it. He was just like kind of kept himself to himself. Like, spoke to him briefly. Then he had a business call, and he was just like, "Sorry, I've got to take this." I was like, "Don't worry." Actually, no one was actually on the phone. He just didn't want to talk to me.
He just didn't want to talk.
Yeah, he just didn't want to talk to me.
So what happened? You got there, and then what happened straight away?
So I filmed there before. So it was Ugly Duck Studios. So if you've watched any of the Sidemen stuff, JJ did his music video Pull Up there, the one with Jamie.
Pull up.
Yeah, and then Dragon's Den was also filmed there, and I think another video was filmed there recently.
Is that the actual Dragon's Den studio?
Dragon's Den used that as a studio, like for a season or something. Yes, but that's why you get like the quite iconic look. But yeah, I filmed the video already twice there before, to be honest. So I walked in, I was like, I know exactly where the toilets are. I'll go. Shit.
I'll let myself in.
Yeah, no, I went in, walked in, had a COVID test. I hate him, man. I hate him so much. Just jabbing your tonsils and...
Which one was it? Was it the deep one?
Say less.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. But
so your gag reflex wasn't the best, is what you're saying.
My gag reflex is not the best, mate. Not gonna lie.
Maybe we can improve that.
Right.
Off camera.
Okay. Yeah, we're on camera if it's a different website. Anyway, so no, I walked in. I said hello to Alex, said hi to Rory and to all the other people that were there. Started speaking to Tom, Syndicate. Literally just chatting, getting to know him a little bit, and then...
Was that the one you had on camera? Was that the conversation, or was that afterwards? The one that you showed me?
Oh, no, that was just when I first arrived. So the conversation I showed you was when his head was absolutely clouded.
What was the general feeling beforehand? Was everybody nervous? Was everybody like expecting good haircut, or was everyone know they were in for a shitter?
All right, so I brought a hat. I've borrowed your Russian hat, by the way. It's currently with Con, but you'll get it back.
I won that in Budapest.
I'll bring it back, don't worry. So I brought a hat in preparation because I didn't know if I was going to get who I was going to get. Like, they were spinning a wheel.
Stay safe, kids.
Yeah, they were spinning a wheel. So eventually, like, all of us are like, we're downstairs whilst one of them get their haircuts. We're like, fuck, I can hear. Tom was the first one that went up.
Oh, what was it one person at a time?
One at a time, bro. So it's like we're like lambs being led to slaughter. Bro, I was there at the end and I was just like, I was the last one. I was literally the last one because Tom had to get back to Manchester and they were kind of doing order of subs like from top to bottom, but then I could have gone like third from last, but I was just like, fuck it, just keep it going. And I'm filming with Ethan after anyway, so I don't mind going last anyway.
So did they know that with you being last, you were going to be like the grand finale?
Well, no, they didn't, because I was going to go like third from last, but there wasn't really like necessarily like a grand finale, but it was just pure like coincidence. JJ got Tom.
Who was first?
JJ.
Okay.
It was literally, we came up and they spanned the wheel. So by pure coincidence, Josh managed to get Con, which was perfect for the video, really. So hopefully by the time this is out, Con would have hit his mil, because he's trying to hit mil subs.
And who did you get?
Vic.
And how did
he's a fucking terrorist, man.
Sorry?
Not like that, like, but absolute terrorist. Like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, mate? I was so happy when I got Vic. I was like, alright, come on, he's actually going to try it.
We're going to build some
I'm going
blobs.
to give you a reverse fade straight down the mid. I was just like,
Wait. Before that, how did you, when you Vic, you got Vic, were you like, okay, I could be in for a decent cut here?
Yeah, so the ones who I were really was really scared to get was JJ, Ethan, and Harry, because I don't know how
they would fuck you up.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a prick Harry was feeling on the day, but it depends on how much weed he smoked. But then JJ does it would just do it for content because it's just JJ. He's called Alfonso in the video for some reason. He's like, Alfonso. Then there's Ethan. Obviously, he's gonna mud my head.
Yeah. So them, I expected them three to be the worst. So when you said you got Vic, I was like, that's all right.
It ended up looking like Athelstan from Vikings. It was the worst.
Good character though.
Very good character.
And handsome. So
when you're seeing these people come, so obviously Tom first, everyone's coming. You're seeing the haircuts. How are you feeling when people are coming back?
I mean, to be fair, I don't know how PG this is. Like the first thing that when Tom came down, I just said, "Fucking hell, you look racist," because he just looked so fucked.
Was that before or after the haircut?
I don't know. No, but before and after, I guess. He was fine before. He just looked overgrown. Then he came back looking like the EDL version of
you'd be in the Milana video.
Yeah, but he looked like the EDL version of like Mr. T. Like it all went wrong. It all went wrong. It looked like Bjorn Ironside as well. It was so
like Mr. T.
When you showed me the video, I was like, that's kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool.
The EDL team.
Yeah. So Tom and I were the only ones that left bald.
Yeah. The only ones that left bald. So who was?
Bruv, I will beg you, wallahi, look at my.
Fucking god!
I'm so fucking bald.
Wait. Yosh, is he right in the camera there?
Could you see me? Yeah. This is what you've done to me, Vic.
Can we get a 360? Like kind of. Look at the ball at the back.
360.
You bastard.
Bro, can I ask you?
It's actually very nice to stroke though.
Should we just spend the next 5 minutes just absolutely annihilate him?
You have quite a round head though.
Who do I look like then?
Bro, I want to ask you a question. What's Magneto like in real life?
Yeah, fantastic.
You're like Voldemort if he was on Love Island.
If he was on
Love Island.
Voldemort was on Love Island. I've got a text.
Harry Potter. The boy you lived has come to die. No, keep it fucking off.
Right.
Throw it. Yeah, catch that lady in the clouds.
Do you know the next time he wears his turtlenecks, he's gonna look like a roll-on deodorant.
You prepared this, you fucking freak.
I am sure of that.
Mate, he looks like them fucking dumplings that he orders from the Chinese. You know them disgusting little white ones?
Show them the dimple in the back of your head.
Okay, I have a prominent occipital bone.
Bro, you'd be mint at 10-pin bowling.
Yeah.
Look at mate, I'm sorry. See if you ever played baseball and cricket and the ball hits you there, you're fucking dead. Like, you're mudded.
Why the fuck would I be turning behind?
You know, mudded. A cricket player
Bro,
actually
do you know Captain America? Do you know when he goes the before and after? If you and True Geordie stood side by side, it would be like before and after the treatment.
Yeah, you and True Geordie would look like before and after the diabetes.
Right. Type 2, if anyone's wondering. Not that you need a medical examination.
Yeah, fantastic. Are you guys done?
I know, I like the front bit. You know the little cut at the front?
Yeah.
It's like he's Mark. I love that bit.
Yeah.
Take the stud the tour in.
You weirdly do suit it though. You'd look better.
I feel like I could get away.
You know how Evie's in hospital? You'd fucking fit in perfect there.
Yeah. What ward would I be in, huh?
I don't know.
Keep it moving. I feel like I could probably get away with saying slurs now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you've got more hairs on your head than the amount of Sidemen members that respect you.
Everyone has that, cunt.
I've got a few more.
You got a few more? Go on then.
You got any?
No, I was just, he's clearly prepared them. I was just wanting to go off the dome.
Bro, you look
quite
like,
literally.
Oh, you look like Jason Statham if he worked at Sainsbury's.
You know lads, people who watch this podcast right now, usually campers, excessive effort into researching the guests. He's actually put excessive work into not researching anything about me, but just insulting my bald head.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, go on then, hit me.
You look like the offspring from a Walter White and Jesse Pinkman fanfic. It's Breaking Bad joke, anyone?
It generally does look like... No, you do look
Jesse,
like... You could be a European... You could be on the bench for West Ham and you'd fit in.
Yeah, you could be both an immigrant and racist.
Yeah, we're done.
You would definitely drive one of them old like Hondas, like the little Hondas. You'd definitely drive one of them across the fucking border.
Honda Civic.
Maybe not a Civic. I'd go old school probably. I don't really know what other Hondas you get.
It was funny because you always tell me that you like finish early, but like I don't know what finishes earlier now. You or your hairline.
Right.
Nice hairline's quite healthy. See, that's quite nasty. If me
For a leukemia patient.
let's not lie. If it was me or you that got bald, would our hairline be worse than that? His hairline is for a 29-year-old. His hairline's fairly healthy.
Not 29. I'm 24.
Take his age into consideration.
Right.
Yeah, I love Jim. This is England. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. Is there anything else? Or are you done?
I don't understand.
Welcome to my edition of the podcast where I just get rinsed. In Cam's version, we were saying sorry that you got sexually abused, but now for me, they're just insulting
Bro,
my
if that
bald
fucking
head.
nonce looked at you now, it'd be like, you can fuck off now, like.
You look like
I'm a nonce, but I'm not fucking taking that.
You look like someone's first attempt at drawing Shoe Jordy.
But you were fucking. That looks fucking. Oh, that's so funny. So funny.
Bruv! Mate, please just do that though. It feels so nice.
Wait. Alopecia.
Right.
You look great, mate. You actually look alright. You actually look alright for someone that's terminally ill.
I was really bad because I seen him yesterday and I felt really bad. He just came out of the shower.
Look at his face!
He came out of the shower yesterday and he was absolutely soaking and I just burst into tears laughing. I literally right in his face went because he was fully wet.
I was already in a bad mood. You know, like yesterday, I haven't spoken to any of you guys about this already. Yesterday, I woke up to Lewis reading hate comments about me inside of the kitchen when you were talking.
Why?
No, you were there. I'm pretty sure.
I was there?
Yeah, you
were the one that was like, have a look at this one.
What's that?
Fuck knows. I was hearing it, and then I was just like. So I got up. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna have a shower to cheer myself up. Get out the shower. I was like, yeah, fantastic. I'm going to go back to bed now.
I'm going to go back to the X-Men.
Brilliant.
Back to your wards.
Wolverine, I've got a mission for you.
Mate, you look like Theo Baker after his hair transplant. Weirdly, he still looks fucking better than you.
Oh, I'm getting so stressed. Can I have my hat back, please?
Oh, he looks like every Bond villain ever. Daniel Craig, you will fall at my feet.
Oh fuck, Slim Shady's in the house.
Wait, let's stop it.
Like, we were filming the Abbey podcast.
Everybody in the 313.
Put your hands up and follow me. Yo, Slim Shady, baby. When we were recording the Abbey podcast, there was one moment I felt really bad. She was just talking about something completely normal, and I just started pissing myself because I just seen him, and I just said Slim Shady in my head.
Actually, no, I actually think he looks good with the hat.
Yeah.
I just needed to do that.
Yeah.
I needed to get that out. How do you feel? Are you okay?
Bored.
He's not afraid.
I just want to say hello, TikTok.
Yeah.
That's going to be on TikTok. You go and follow the Antisocial podcast TikTok.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the saviour of the four nations, to be honest with you. So.
And everyone leave their own custom joke about Charlie's head. What does he look like?
Yeah,
what doesn't he look like?
No.
Yoshi, have you got any? Max Brannan.
Of EastEnders.
You're fired.
Max Brannan.
Max Brannan, if he was a racist.
Right.
I think he probably... No.
He seems alright.
He seems alright.
I don't think someone ginger can be racist.
Yeah.
They definitely can.
I'm trying to think of someone ginger
No,
that's
because
racist.
why would the press want to oppress
Prince
some
Harry.
people?
Prince Harry, fucking hell, yes.
Prince Harry.
Anyway,
Meghan Markle.
I was gonna say you look like Prince Harry if you had an eating disorder.
Right. Let's stop now. He's had his fun. Now he's crying. He's actually physically in tears.
I think I'm allergic to something. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are fucked.
Oh God, are you okay, bro?
I'm actually fine. That rolls off my head quite literally. It's fine.
But you look. I said that you look decent. When Cam looked bald, he generally did look like a Make-A-Wish. Like he looked terrifying bald.
Yeah, but I also think that's the fact that if you actually see me after the Sidemen video, I look like one of those foxes which go through your bins in London. I look so mangy.
What did your hair look like pre the full bald? Like, just explain it to people.
Yeah, I mean, I can pull up a picture for you, but like I said to you before, I look like Athelstan from
Vikings.
From Vikings, and he said Game of Thrones. But it was, it left a bit of the fringe just there, balded me from the middle, and then left me hair at the back, literally quite like a monk, but just fucked. And then he put 3 stars in the back of my head. It's some sort of FIFA joke, but Vic Star.
What, 3-star skill?
You definitely look like someone's fucking Uber driver.
Right. If I got in someone's Uber and they were my drive, I'd get straight out, even if I was on the motorway.
Imagine if they give them 3 stars after.
So this was like my hair before, obviously, from the back. And then you can see me sat on the chair.
So you had a mirror in front of you?
Yeah. So you
mirror.
Yeah, you could see the guys like all looking. Clearly me being quite bemused. But it was just mainly like the fact that he just went straight into the middle of my head.
Look at your face.
Yeah.
That is like,
oh, bro,
am I doing this for the right reasons?
Why does Vic look like he's like actually concentrating though?
Oh, bro, he actually was. He was having fun as well. I said, bro, what did I do to you? Look at my head, bruv. Look what he's done to my head.
You know when you were when you were a monk before, did you have to do that to your haircut?
No, so when I got balded, this is me being my monk. When I got like shaved in China, it was essentially done with like a cutthroat, so it was literally right down to the skin. But it was done by like someone who does it like all the time. Like they're used to shaving kids' heads because it's part of like their uniform.
Bit of a weird job.
Yeah.
No, he was.
Trust me, guys, I'm an expert in the kids one.
He was the master, but
he was the master.
Bro.
Nice nickname.
Look at the back of my head.
He was the master.
Oh, like Shifu. It's like sensei.
Right.
It's like your kung
Did you just have to listen to all his commands?
Strange way to say paedophile.
Yeah, we call them pedos, mate. You call them senseis.
Yes, sex masters. No, there was I don't really know how else to really like go for it. Like I was very trusting of Vic getting into the chair, or before I got into the chair, because I went for a piss before, and Simon was in the bathroom and he said, "Oh yeah, Vic's got a plan."
Vic's got a plan.
Yeah, and I was just like, he said, "Are you excited for your haircut?" I was like, "I got Vic right." And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I feel quite safe." Because my point that I was going to make was that Rory and JCC, they came downstairs and they were like fine. Like their haircuts left. Like John's was a little bit butchered around the back, but give him 2-3 weeks, he could get it faded. Rory had like long hair. So I was expecting like the Matty Healy mullet to come through, which would have been perfect. But no, Harry just decided just to cut into it, and the barber's downstairs cut him a nice one. Me, I was irreparable. It just had to go.
Fuck me. But I think
it's got to go back.
Obviously, we haven't seen the video, but I think that if you've got the worst haircut, surely yours is the best.
I don't know. Like we'll see.
Because if I was on it, I'd have wanted them to fuck me up as much as possible, because then it'd be a funnier part of the video. Surely.
Yeah, of course. But I don't know how the edit's going to come through. Yeah. So like, if the edit's done,
left out.
Imagine he wasn't even in it.
the final like violation. No, if it was done like a way that I would like to edit a video, it will be a bit of each haircut.
Yeah.
But the way that I think like Sidemen edits come through is like long format, so it'll be one person, then the next person, then the next person. I don't know. It really depends. Like if it's like one bit, then one bit, then one bit, then I'll get like a good portion, I'd say, because my hair's getting absolutely violated.
So what happened after? Because I think people would be interested to know, like, when a Sidemen shoot is filmed, you're the last one. So then I guess, do they do an outro after that?
Yeah, so they did it was like kind of like a small outro. I mean, the good thing for me was that I got a picture taken with them after, so like, I was the only one that got like a picture.
That's
of all
cool.
of us with, after like all the other boys.
Make-A-Wish.
Yes, pretty much.
Local boy meets Sidemen.
So yeah,
Competition winner.
I mean, like, if all of that stuff that comes about, that would be only a good thing for like me, I guess. It's just exposure at the end of the day. Like, I didn't go into it with expectations of like I'm going to get numbers from this. It's just like I'm going to go in, have fun, and if something good comes from it, then that'd be great.
So what happened after you'd have obviously finished filming?
They slapped my head a few times. I
saw when you were in a circle with them.
Yeah. I filmed an outro.
Circle.
I filmed an outro with them for my video. And they were just slapping my head, and then after they were just like, Ethan was just laughing at me because I had to go back to film a Reddit video after, and he was just like, oh god.
Yeah, what was that like? Was it an Uber? Did you get?
Yeah, got an Uber, just Uber home and then back to his, and then just film the video. But I don't know, man. Worst things could happen to a human being, but it's just I really did like my hair.
Were they proper mocking you afterwards?
Everyone's fucking having, as you can see, like everyone seems to find it hilarious. So like, I don't know, like I'm
all just bowing.
Yeah, I'm okay like that. I'm fully bald. If I had to, if it was like there was no barber on set and I would have had to have, like come home like that. Oh my god, holy shit!
Did anyone's eyebrows get touched?
No. So that's what the thing. Like, I was actually really grateful that he didn't touch my facial hair because me without facial hair, like when I've got hair, is not a pretty sight. Like me without facial hair and also without head hair. Oh god.
Did Vic say anything afterwards?
Brother, he did. Dude, my text message that I've got from Vic, yeah, I sent him a text.
Why's your wallpaper Cam?
Oh, he did it.
He loves me, guys.
Yeah, I'm in love with Cam.
He fucking loves me.
Vic,
Fucking
I
loves me.
texted Vic and I sent him a video of me and Tom, and he said Tom knew. So I basically said in my little chat with Tom, I said, I don't think that Vic's going to be a bad one to have. Pretty much. I was
You should
just
never
like,
underestimate the quiet one.
bro. The two nice guys,
Never.
Vic and Toby, yeah, did the worst ones. Have you seen fucking Alex's trim?
But when
No.
anger.
Yeah. Is it not just because they want to just like prove that they're the fucking?
He looks
Dons.
like a late.
Wait,
yeah,
can we
I
see
don't know.
Alex's trim? Will this be out by then?
Yeah, this would be out. But
Yeah, he's got the front
he's
bit.
got his
and then-
curtains, but he's
and
monked.
And then he's got the England flag in the back of his
Yeah,
head.
well, obviously that's not permanent, but that was just for the video. But they just shaved everything from here backwards.
Has he shaved the front?
Bro, the
off?
back of his head is like,
No, so he can still record videos and it looks normal.
yeah, bro. But like the back of his head is like an infinity pool. You know, like his head just stops. It just goes down. It like really reminds.
It's like
me
an
of-
alternative universe.
Yeah, but he's actually like got like a Chinese man's head. You know, like the funny
Tiny
thing.
heads.
No, like
Alex
it's
is
quite a common
tiny.
thing. Like when I was in China, like the head shape just goes down. It's very funny.
Like the Oblivion.
No, it's not
Towers.
funny. Chinese people's heads are not funny. Just his head was quite funny.
Fucking hell, bald head really does change it, doesn't it?
Anyway,
get them out.
Alex.
So Vic, yeah, I said I hate you. He says I'm sorry. He said you're not though, and he goes I really am. And I said don't lie, it's okay. He said I had to do it for the content, and I said it's all in the name of the content, and we just carried on talking for a little bit. But
What about like after though? Like when he spoke to you?
like just in the he was mocking it. He was just like, you look drippy, and I'm like, brother. I do not look drippy. I look awful. I was just like, I'm bald. Like, I'm really, really bald. I'm so fucking bald. And in the video, yeah, Ethan was just like, yeah, I haven't seen any girls at you at the moment. I was just like, not anymore. I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked. Hairline, I was just like,
Has it had an impact on your DMs?
I have not put my head online.
That's
so-
what I'm interested to see. Are you going to pretend that you've still got hair and just post old photos?
Or just Photoshop hair onto it, just different hairstyles every week.
Or just post photos of Wayne Lineker?
Yeah.
Well, he's got hair, so who's winning?
Wayne Lineker's actually got more hair than me now. That is the saddest thing. No, I'm just gonna own it, and
He's going to own it.
I have to, bro. I'm doing a video with Ethan next week where I'm gonna teach him kung fu, which works.
On to Kung Fu, I want to talk to this because this podcast, like I think we mentioned a bit late, is all about you.
This podcast, guys, is all about me today.
Yeah,
Yes.
narcissistic prick.
Yeah, we were like, we'll do it on the side. I was like, no, me.
And what I do love is how this is the most effort Charlie's ever put into preparation on a podcast before.
That's not true.
The one on
That is
about
not-
himself.
that is not
Narcissist, guys.
That is not true.
But I want to talk to you about the whole kung fu experience? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, mate, I find it fucking hilarious how you've done kung fu. Just kung fu. Just when I think of kung fu, I just think of pandas.
Well, fucking Edie was so confused because she was like, "Who the fuck's shoes are these?" And he went, "They're my kung fu shoes." And she was like,
so just started flying, levitating towards them.
Yes.
Yes. So how you went to China? Am I right in saying that?
I went to China twice. Yeah.
And what was that about?
What was that about? Should I
about?
start from the beginning about kung fu?
Before you start, was it like Jaden Smith?
I love that movie. I love that movie.
Is that what you wanted to be?
Was it based on you?
No, I started before.
It's based on
it was
him.
better. Yes, I am actually.
Yes, but different.
I'm Will Smith's son. Yeah.
Sorry, mate, I cut you off.
It's okay.
Do you want to start with?
I can start from the beginning. Basically, like growing up and stuff. I used to play football quite a bit, but didn't really get on with like the football team and stuff. But that was like from the age of 7, like at my first school that I went to, and then I was at a school called Snaresbrook. It was like a state school, and then after there, I went to a private school from the age of 7 because my mum wanted me to go there so I could get into Forest, which is where my dad went, and I didn't know my dad, but she just still for some reason wanted me to follow in his footsteps. But
following his footsteps, where's he going?
Away from his children.
You don't know where his footsteps were.
You'll not know.
You'd be going a long way if you were following his footsteps, mate.
For sure I will.
You'd have to find the footsteps first.
Anyway, so I was just like, I've always felt like, as soon as I went to my first private school, I felt quite like out of place. Before I went to Forest. And Forest, I started to like find my like kind of like level, but I still, when I was playing football, didn't get on with the team. I was on the cuff of the B team. I was like B team captain and popular there, but then A team shit and no one liked me. So it was a bit like, fuck, this is a bit dead.
King of the B's, slave of the A's.
Slave of the A's. Yes, it's quite nice, yes. Anyway, so I think when I was about 12, 13, I was 13 actually. I was walking home from school. And then I took the wrong bus because I'm a twat. So the 66, which goes down Wanstead, goes towards Romford as opposed to dropping me outside the Green, which is where I grew up. And 66 turns left and goes down to the motorway, whatever. I got off the bus and I saw these 2 people like on the top of a bridge. And you know when you get like that kind of like, oh God, feeling.
Yeah.
You seen 2 ninjas and you went, fuck.
Yes. Well, they were wearing balaclavas, but
right.
Yeah.
So
they were really prepared. They were really prepared for COVID.
They saw the curve early on.
They saw the curve. Yeah. I hope you're dead. Anyway, I was walking underneath, and for some reason I had a really weird feeling in my stomach. But I thought maybe they're going to just drop something like on my head, like water,
a mixtape,
or something. Yeah, or a mixtape. Yes, yeah, they were drillers. Anyway. Well, he came down the bridge and then just pushed me around a bit, and they were just like, "Give me all your shit," and I was just like, "Don't have anything." And they was like,
"How old were they? Do you think?"
I must be like 17 or something.
What, you were 12?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're hard.
Yeah, and then they were like, it was kind of scary. I thought I was terrified, but I didn't really know how to defend myself. They were like taller than me and bigger than me, and there's 2 of them. And they were like pushing me like over the barriers when the cars were going past. So I was a bit like, "Fuck. This is a bit fucking terrifying, not gonna lie." I said, "Please, like, don't hurt me. I don't know what you want from me." And they just said, "Give me all your shit." Drag me into
your maths book?
Yes, give me your maths book. I need to pass my A-levels.
Yeah. Just don't get Pythagorean.
Yeah, and then they dragged me into the garden, which someone's garden. Someone's a prick. They didn't want to come out into their front garden and help me out, but
they actually come out the front door and start battering you as well.
Yeah, they actually pissed on my face after. That's where my piss kink is now. No, they dragged me into the garden, and then they pushed me on the floor. I was on the floor, and they said, "Give us your fucking phone." And I was just like, "Fine." Very gutted because I had a Samsung Taco, and I love that phone.
Taco light or just normal?
Just when I thought,
I think it's just a taco.
Just when I thought this story
couldn't
get
taco?
worse.
I thought it was taco.
It was a taco to me. It was a nice snack. But anyway, so I handed them my phone reluctantly, and then the guy who was stood behind just literally just came in and whacked me across the face. Absolutely battered me. Like, I was just like sat there, and I was like, right. So I was crying, but I stood up and I was like following them to see if I could find them. But I was also scared. I didn't want to keep following them. Went home and I was a bit like, I don't ever want this to happen to me again.
What happened? Like, did your mum?
My mum was obviously gutted. Like, you don't want everyone to see your kid. Like, my mum and I are very close. But she obviously called the police, and then nothing ever happened, obviously. But I couldn't eat for like 3 days because my jaw had like swollen up from like where he hit me. And yeah, anyway, so long story short, that happened, and I was just a bit like, I don't want this to happen again. So I was just looking into martial arts stuff so I could defend myself, and then that's where I started doing Kung Fu.
Sounds a lot like the plot of Kung Fu Panda.
Yes, I actually ended up becoming a big black and white
Panda.
That's the thing. I don't know why I had to go the black and white again.
And black and white.
Black and white and black and white.
So where did you go at the start?
So I stayed with the same school the whole way, but they started in Romford at the Fitness First there. So I used to go once a week, and then when they got their own school, which was a few months later, that was then in Eltham. So it's not too far from here. It's probably about 20-minute drive or something, 30 minutes. And then I soon started to train twice a week, 3 times a week, up until I think a year and a half in, I was training 6 days a week. I was very addicted to it. And then started to do competitions. So there's 2 things basically with Kung Fu. You've got forms, which is where I was national and international champion. Ooh. And then there was fighting, which is what I started to get into a lot more. It's called Sanda or Sanshao. So for me, for Kung Fu, it's essentially Kung Fu, Shaolin Kung Fu is just forms. It's like conditioning your body, flexibility and forms. And forms are applicable to fighting. But you don't, when people are like, all the forms, you don't actually fight like that. It's just literally just to try and
Ruin my night.
I know, right?
A performance.
It's like a performance.
I had to do it for karate because I was 2 belts away from black in karate.
Nice.
I got to brown and white, and all I had to do was just do a little performance.
Like a samba.
The thing was, you're with everyone else.
Katas,
Just had to do mini rocks.
Yeah, but I had to do them. So I would just... And obviously, I just copied the person in front of me, so it's not like I had to prepare to. So I pretty much shithoused my way to brown and white belt on karate. And now look at me, painted nails. So continue.
That's all right. So I started to fight a little bit before I stopped doing Kung Fu, but that's another story. But essentially, I was training a lot. I was teaching kids how to do Kung Fu, and I was just just dedicating my life to that, pretty much.
How did China come about?
So China was when the first time I went, I think I was 16, and we went to Shaolin Temple to train. So essentially, loads of people around the world, they're like, oh, you went and trained at the temple. No one trains at the temple. You go to the temple, you can get access because it's a tourist site.
Is that just where Jaden Smith trains?
No, he actually didn't. It was, I think that was in Wudang.
Wuhan?
No.
So what we're saying is Charlie Rocks were started the coronavirus, guys.
Yes. I think that wasn't necessarily just at the Shaolin Temple. They filmed a little bit there. Then there was one at another temple. But there's loads of different schools that are around. So I trained at one of the local schools, around there.
That must have been fucking mint.
It was very fun. So basically, the day consists of it was so strenuous. You'd wake up at 5 a.m. And you go down and you do some drills, so it's stretching, forms, whatever like that. Very, very brief, just basically getting ready. Then you go for a run up the mountain. So you run up the mountain and you come back down. Once you come back down, you have breakfast, and then it's a break for a couple of hours. Mm-hmm. Then you train again, and then you have a break, and then you train again. So you train 3 times a day, and then you end at about 8 p.m, 9 p.m.
Is there anything people... I'm trying to think of little insights or anything that people is quite interesting for people to know about, the lifestyle or anything. Do you have to wake up early or...
Yeah, so obviously you wake up at 5, but the diet's fucked. The diet's what's really, really gets to you. If you take for granted, if you're trying to get big in the UK or something, when I was doing my gym stuff, obviously likewise you could probably relate to it. You can literally just go to Tesco, pick up any food you want. When you're at the Shaolin Temple schools, your diet is literally veg and rice. There's no protein.
No meals for camp?
Bro, no meals for camp. But the only protein you get is from eggs, because everything's literally... The schools have their own little farms that are there.
Oh, shit.
So it's all self-sustainable, and if they need anything, then they'll go into town and then they'll get it. It's so agricultural and primitive, but it's very humbling.
What was the senseis like?
Really cool. They were really quiet. Probably because I'm white. I'm not gonna lie, they were nicer to me than they were to the little Chinese kids.
You get more for white kids.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
there's a really funny photo Cal put on the screen. Charlie was sending it to you, where it's just Charlie with loads of little Chinese kids and him just right in the middle.
They love me, man. They love me. I loved those kids. They were fucking so sick. I actually wonder. I think there was Wei Feng. That was one kid.
It was Wei Fun.
Yeah, who was your best
one of the kids was called Wei Feng. I really liked him.
It was a lot of fun.
Wei Feng, Fung.
Who was your best mate there?
Well, I went with people who I was training with. So it was like me and the other boys that were there. Funny story, Studio 338. My friend, one of the other kids who I was training with, and he's there. His dad owns it.
What's Studio 338?
So we'll go there after lockdown. I'll take you. It's good. It's a good time.
What is that?
It's a club right by the O2.
So
we've gone from a primitive diet and stretching to pills and ket.
Well, what was the purpose of going there? Was it to live and breathe the lifestyle of a monk?
Yeah. So why did you do that? Live and breathe the lifestyle of a monk. No, the first time we went there was essentially just to like. Literally, like you said, it's like to get like cultural experience and understand what it is. Because when you come back, then you're like proper on it as well. It keeps you motivated because you're like, well, we've got all of these facilities and we're not making the most of it, so we should train harder, and we do. But the second time I went was to compete. So it was the International Wushu Festival. So I competed for that. So we did 1 week at the competition and then 1 week training after. So we competed, and that was like, I think it was the 9th International Wushu Festival, I think. But I was the first Brit that ever got a gold medal at that thing.
Yes, my
cool.
G.
Yeah, that was interesting.
He was also the only Brit that was there.
I wasn't. There was another team that went before us, and then out of my team, I think there was 6 or 7 of us competing. I was the only one that got a gold.
Love that from you, Danielson.
I had to take... Thank you.
Danielson!
Thank you. I had to take the school to court, though, to get my certificate back, because they tried to nab my certificate off me.
Really?
Yeah, cunts.
Why did they do that?
Obviously, I was going to private school, so my dad was spending a lot of money, and then the school themselves were very... I was the only one who got a gold medal, and I was also one of the disciples, so there were 4 of us that were like disciples.
Disciples?
Yeah.
What, like fucking Jesus?
But yes.
Fucking Last Supper, rice and veg.
Pretty much how it works, is that with Kung Fu, is like if you're like a master or something like that that's come from like Shaolin Temple, you're like a certain generation from the conception of like masters and shit like that's come from the Shaolin Temple. So I was a 35th generation, and my master was a 34th generation. So my name was Shi Hong Chong, and
Shi Hong Chong. I'm going to stop calling you that now.
Yeah, call me Chong. It's wise.
That's the title of the podcast. Shi Hong Chong.
Anyway,
ASP 26.
So obviously, my dad was paying a lot of money for me to go to school, but in the return from China, they were still wanting me to train like 6 days a week, and doing A levels and that, it fucked me like hard. Like I just couldn't study. Like I was literally I was coming back home at like 1 a.m. and getting up for school at 7 a.m.
Well, on the topic of fucking you hard, can we talk about your dad?
Yeah. Sure. Yes.
You want to
talk about my dad? Yes.
Yeah. I'm not just introducing this. Charlie actually wrote it down. Do you want to have a little chat about that? Because you've said about like your dad.
Talk about how your dad left Charlie. Yeah, that's what we've got written.
Your mum and dad left.
Both of them left him.
I'm actually an orphan.
I was going to say your mum and dad left before you were born.
Yes, my mum actually literally just left. I was born out of thin air. I am the Immaculate Conception.
I'm so gutted I fucked that up, man.
Nuts.
Is that why they send you to China, like the one-child policy?
Yeah. You see, your dad left, obviously, before you were born, obviously.
Yes. Obviously, look at you.
How did that make you feel when he came out the womb?
It made me feel like it's probably very, very right that he left me because I still can't drive.
Yeah, exactly. Is that the reason he left you?
He's probably very wise and could see in the future.
And he was like, he can't drive.
Yeah.
This baby can't fucking drive.
Yeah, but you know, if Charlie wanted to find his dad through driving, who could he use to...
Cam, can you actually tell me? Because I'd love to speak to my dad again.
Well, if you want to find your dad, Charlie, you need to be sponsored by Adrian Flux, finding dad since 2012. Guys, what's up?
This kid can't drive. I'm going to leave him.
There's a car insurance which can help you.
That can help my son.
That can help your son get insured. Okay. Should I tell you the name? Adrian Flux, everybody. And they can help you save money on your next car insurance.
What can they do?
Policies have they got, Lewis?
What can they do?
Well, they've got great policies for learner and just past drivers. If you're learning to drive, if you're young, or even if you're 70.
What
like
about
Charlie.
orphans?
Or if you're an orphan, yeah, you can click the link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything. You can get a quote, see how it compares to other competitors. Because
That's
they do
amazing.
offer great policies, such as black box policies, which can significantly decrease your insurance costs.
Yeah, we're going to be real here. Adrian Flux are helping us make this podcast. So if you can just check them out, and they can literally save you money. It costs you nothing just to click a link.
Charlie Roxburgh, he's good with a camera.
Thank you, Adrian Flux, for sponsoring this podcast. Anyway, Charlie, we were talking beforehand about your father.
Yes, about Daddy.
Yeah, about Daddy.
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, so what?
How big's his dick?
Yeah, how big is his dick? That is the question.
Yeah, my dad left me, so like
But how big was it before you
I
left?
missed 15 years of my dad's dick.
How did that impact your life?
How did that impact your
Cockless.
mental health?
My mental health suffered greatly because I didn't get dick down in my childhood.
And you didn't feel wanted.
Yeah, I have that problem.
He lived in
Fucking hell, actually, I do have that problem.
Lived in Wanstead, but he wasn't wanted.
Like that. Good bars.
Good bars.
You've
Dig out deep,
made
get us on a
you've
feature.
made me start introspect. and
What's
I'm
his
concerned.
drill?
What do you mean you're interested?
I genuinely feel like I have abandonment issues.
Of course you do.
Holy
What,
shit.
you have abandonment issues?
Holy shit, yeah.
Wow! Who would have guessed?
Holy shit. It's all coming.
It's all coming out on the Antisocial podcast.
Quite literally.
Yeah, but mate, like, of course, that isn't that just like in your head because you're used to people leaving. No offense. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, okay. We actually talking about this now, seriously. Yeah, fucking shit, not gonna lie. I don't know. Well, we've got other stuff we're going to talk about today, but like in regards to my dad, like my dad left before I was born. Met for the first time when I was 15. And
Why did he leave? For a laugh? Or?
yeah, just because he thought, fuck this. I shagged the ginger and she got pregnant.
So he didn't want to be with Shirley?
All right. Serious answer, just so I don't disrespect my mum. Yeah, no, he had a wife before my mum. Then he had an affair with my mum on his first wife for 11 years. Yeah, shagger.
He was cheating on his wife for 11 years?
Yeah, pretty much. Like
How the fuck do you do that for so long?
Did I?
Tell it. What? How the fuck do you do that?
What, do you want the fucking tutorial? The fucking...
Fucking, that's longer than I've been alive, mate.
Right,
not,
okay.
But it's not. But yeah, no. So he cheated on his first wife for that long. Then when my mum was just like, think about this. Yeah, my mum was your guy's age when she first met my dad, and that affair started up until the age of 32.
Fucking hell.
So think about that. That's your whole 20s. Like
Yeah.
we talk about like relationship problems and stuff that we've gone through. But then I actually think I try and humble myself sometimes because I think about like what my mum was going through.
Yeah.
It's fucking complicated. But my mum also used to work for my dad. So my dad was like her boss.
Oh, okay.
So she was literally like, I think she was a secretary or something like that
So-
at the workplace.
How, obviously, your dad, you didn't see him. How did they come about when you were 15 about seeing him?
So I always knew who my dad was. Like it was. But you know, like I play Eric Clapton Tears in Heaven. So like when I was younger, my mum was telling me like tidbits about my dad, and she was saying like my dad's favorite artist was Eric Clapton. So for a reason, like I wanted to get to know my dad a little bit more. I started to listen to Eric Clapton a lot more, and I was just trying to feel close to him that way because I had like a serious lack of like male leadership like throughout my life. So
Well, you've got like, what, 4 sisters?
I have 4 sisters. Yes, but
Not much testosterone in the family.
no, but I didn't.
But even the pets?
I didn't meet my sisters until I was old anyway.
Oh.
Obviously, because they didn't know about me.
Yeah.
Oh.
My 2 older sisters, Charlotte and Katie, found out about me when I was 16.
Back to the thing. How did you meet your dad for the first time?
So essentially, like for finding my dad for the first time, I think I was 15, 16, and I just had enough. Really, I was just like, fucking hell, like I'm 16. Something which like I've become very proactive in my life. Like obviously, like abandonment issues, but I've always realized that if I want something, I need to go and get it because I delegate, as you guys know, but I get sick of like waiting for shit to get done. So I make sure that it gets done, whether that I'm chasing or whether I'm doing it myself. So I was always like waiting for my mum to say like, okay, your dad will see you, your dad will do this, your dad will do that, whatever it is. And then
And Daddy never done that.
No, he didn't. I've tracked him down via his website. So he owns a company, and then I emailed in and I said, "Can I speak to the boss? Because I've got a business proposal." And then he replied to my email. He's just like, "I think it's time we meet." I was just like, "All right, prick."
So did he know straight away it was you, like by your email?
It was charlie.donald@hotmail.co.uk. I think he knew. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah. I didn't go incognito for it.
What was the VPN?
Yeah.
No.
Sponsored by.
So how did that first meeting go?
It was good. We went to Belgique and Wanstead. I had scallops.
Scallops?
I'm a Tory. Yeah.
Talk about the business venture.
Yeah. Talk about how I was going to take over his multi-million empire. And then, no. It was basically just learning a little bit about me, learning a bit about him, talking to him about like my sisters and stuff. And then the following year, I met my two older sisters. So they're like 7 or 8 years. They're quite a bit older than me, to be fair. I think I'm 32, something like that now, something. And then I met them when I was 16.
How was the actual meeting your dad? So you said you had scallops, you had like food and
It was nice. It was weird. My dad and I get on very well, like when we're like in front or like talking to each other. Mm-hmm. But he's a prick. So like when we don't get on, we just don't get on, and we're very stubborn. Like I don't talk to my dad anymore. Mm-hmm. Like stuff was going on between like my ex-girlfriend that was like causing problems, and then he was doing things which I thought were very rude in general, so I just said I'm removing myself from that. Then the reason why we're not talking now is because he just kind of like asserted himself into like, well, I just asked if he wanted to meet up for dinner or something, and then he said like, we need to talk about what you're doing online. It's absurd, like I'm not proud of you. And I was just like, listen, man, shut the fuck up. Like,
he preferred Emily Black to Lauren Alexis.
He actually did. Yeah, he was just like, I really wish I could have cheated again on my wife with.
He said, I was a big fan with Say It or Shot It with Behzinga, but I wasn't a fan of the Lauren Alexis video.
The thing is, I keep it really real, yeah. My dad is a very successful businessman, and I respect him for that. He's also a very charming man and also a very like nice human being. But you can never ever tell me, like me of all people, what can make you proud. I'm a better human being than you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just am. I've molded my ethics and my morals around what he let his family down. He's prioritized his business over his family. And granted, there's going to be reasons for that. And I will always listen to what those things are. But if you're trying to ever make me feel like that I'm someone who's not to be proud of, you're a piece of shit for what you've done.
Oh, that was awful. When you showed me them text messages, I was like, if any of my parents said that to me, I'd go fucking ballistic. My parents would never say anything like that.
So how do you feel about it now?
It's kind of like a shame because I'm really respected by quite a lot of people, but 3 of the people who have been in my life, who are like probably the people who I've like, so to speak, like idolized or like held with the highest regard or something, they're the 3 people that have like kind of in a way hurt me the most, you know?
Well, do you want their opinion means more to you?
Yes, quite frankly, yeah.
Well, do you want to move on to one of them people or not?
I can do in a bit. I mean, in a bit. Like, I would want to talk about my little sister.
Okay, talk about your little sister.
Yeah, I met my little sister last year, 2019.
Yeah, how was that?
That was amazing. I love her to bits. She's great.
Do you speak to all your sisters frequently?
I do. I mean, like, Charlotte, my oldest sister, she lives in Portugal, so...
Me gusta.
Yeah, me gusta, yeah. But the first time we were all together, like, all of his children were together was... That I know of all of his children, but all of the children were together, was in Portugal for her wedding. So that was like a really special time for me, and I was like probably at my happiest then because I was like actually like finally feel like I've got like my whole family together. 1 year later, not talking to my dad, but anyway. But my little sister, she has her troubles, bless her. But like I'm extremely proud of like her as a person. She's hardworking.
You hear that? You've got troubles.
Is she little? Is in like?
Fuck
She's
off.
a little person, yes, Cam. She's got dwarfism. She's little.
She's got her troubles, like reaching the top shelf. No, is she actually your younger sister, or is she just youngest of the 4?
She's youngest of the 4, but she's younger than me.
Oh, right. I thought all of them were older than you.
No.
Oh,
so she's younger than me. So after my mum, so my dad left when I was born and then went to his current wife now and had my younger sister.
Wait, fucking Paddy McGuinness?
I'm guessing his current wife knows that he was cheating for like 10 plus years.
I don't know, mate. I don't think they.
Wow, you found out now.
Yeah, I did. I like I said to you before. I waited 4.5 years for my dad to tell my younger sister about me. If not longer, actually. No, it was 7 years. I waited 7 years for my dad to tell my younger sister about me, and that caused a lot of resentment because I feel like I kept allowing my dad to say, my wife doesn't want to tell her now because she's got her GCSEs. My wife doesn't want to tell her now because she's got her A-levels. My wife doesn't want to tell her now because she's just going into uni. My wife doesn't want to tell her now because she's in her first year of uni. I was just like, bruv, sort it out, man. I'm losing time with my younger sister here. Like,
do you speak to his wife now?
No. I have I think like some things should stay private, but I don't think that my first I will respect her, but there's some things which have happened behind closed doors, and I don't think that meeting will go too smoothly. But the first wife, I've met her, and she's lovely, like really, 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 really sweet woman. So, like no animosity. The thing is that I don't want any animosity with anyone in this life, but ultimately, like I feel like
if someone's a prick, they're a prick.
Yeah, man.
So this is a bit of a deep question. With relationships, and you were talking about like the abandoned thing, do you think you've took any of the stuff from your dad into your own relationships? Or like not even with girls, just with like maybe friends, maybe relationships? Do you think it's affected the way you treat other people?
Love life, yeah. Friendships, no. Like, I'm a big drifter. Like, you could not hear from me for 6 months to a year, but then when you hear from me again, it'll be like nothing's happened. So that causes conflict with some friends who are quite needy because I'm just not like that as a friend. Like, I will still love and respect my friends, but I don't... my best friends, I just don't talk to that much.
I think that's the best type of friends, though. The ones that you don't need to speak to every day. The ones that you can literally go like a year without speaking to them and you're still like best mates.
Yeah, that's so good. And you're like, as soon as you see them, it's like nothing ever like changed.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is nice. It's so nice. And especially like with the lifting of lockdown last year, I got to see some of my friends again. It was so amazing. Like, I was so happy.
Mm-hmm. Well, how obviously when we was talking about your dad, and obviously I've just mentioned there about the band thing. Do you think like with your love life that kind of has affected it?
Yeah, I mean, I've had 2 girlfriends in my life.
And I'm fucking hell, you big hunk.
I'm such a dog out here.
Shagger.
But, yeah, big shagger like me.
That's G-sure.
When it comes to sex, when it comes to just having sex with girls, calm. I'm so calm, like, because I can remove emotion from sex and sex from emotion likewise. I just sleep.
I feel like a lot of guys are like that and girls are quite the opposite. Like, for me, I've said this before, for me, going on a date with somebody is way more sentimental to me than having sex with him.
Oh no! So I'm not the same. I've taken girls out.
I know you like to wine and dine them before they get fucked.
If Charlie's
once I'm at least brutal with the girls, I go look.
Wait, I want to mention something, but I don't think I can mention what I want to mention. Look at my eyes. Can I mention that thing what I've laughed at before?
Go just say it.
Right? Okay, I'll do it.
40M thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Right, okay, so
it.
One of the funniest stories I've ever heard with Lewis, right? Before you, just let me say from my point of view, you can change it. So Lewis, I honestly can't remember what the girl was, but Lewis, I don't know if you'd been chatting this last, she came over, they whatever they did, had sex, and then for me, okay, just before you point, for me, if I had sex with someone who obviously if I wasn't in a relationship, I'd be like, you know what? It's 3, 4. I'm just gonna let this person sleep, and in the morning we'll go separate ways. You know, it's 4. It's just a girl. It's London. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen at 4 a.m. Lewis, right? Lewis has sex with this woman. She falls asleep, and then at 4 a.m. Lewis goes, just zoom in, Cal. Lewis goes, come on. Come on, let yourself out. Go on. You've got what you came for. Come on.
What you came for.
That's the exact words
that he came for. Calvin Harris. I didn't say you've got what you've came for.
He never said that.
The Infinity Stones. Now we've collected them now. No, I did
some Mission Impossible shit.
No, I was up early for the hospital the next day.
Oh, yeah.
I did use it as a fucking scapegoat, but I did have the hospital early the next day, and I really didn't want to have to walk, fucking have that awkwardness in the morning, fucking...
So you just decided to make it awkward at 4 a.m.
Yeah, fuck it, I didn't care.
Just a bit hiding in the dark.
I'm not gonna go. Right, and...
What's that reaction?
Yeah, fine, I'll go. Like,
really?
You made it sound really bad. I was like, off into the streets where multiple men can chase you. I went, no. I went, look.
You're the streets now.
I went, look.
Send her into the purge.
I went, look, I've booked you an Uber. It's coming now. I done all of it. All of it. So
it.
I didn't just chuck her on the streets. But no, that's what I'm saying. I can set... Obviously, if it's somebody I love, sex can be very like that. But if it's not somebody I love, I can, like, going on a date with somebody is way more important to me because I'm trying to get to know that person. I'm trying to let that person into my life. I'm letting that person know stuff about me. Whereas if I'm just shagging them, I'm just shagging. Like, it doesn't have to mean anything to me if it doesn't want to.
I get that, but you've got a contrasting opinion, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would happily take them out on a date, just have fun. Like, I would just want to have fun, to be honest with you. Like, and then wherever it goes, it goes. But I think until, like, I'd say, like, relatively recently, it's been more of like, fuck it, just have fun. Yeah.
Your sex life is a lot like YouTube Shorts, isn't it?
Well, it just doesn't last long, or
just
what?
different next one shorts.
Yeah, you don't really stick to the old reliable.
No, I don't do the whole friends with benefits thing. Not really.
But that's
because
because you've had two. The first one was very long. Second one, kind of mid-term.
Long in my brain.
Long in your brain, but it was 4 years.
Yeah.
And then your second one was a year and a half on and off, wasn't it?
I'd say just about a year, actually.
A year. So do you want
August to August.
Like, obviously, I think I met you when you were in the middle of that relationship, your second one.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're not mentioning
names.
But I remember meeting you, and I thought, I didn't know who this person was who you were with, but I thought, whatever. And you seemed happy on the surface. On the surface, when I first met you.
It's like an iceberg.
Yeah, right? And now I'm Jack. No. You seemed all right. And then it seemed to get sour very quickly. Once we moved in, and that was the first experience I'd had of your relationship, because that was when we started getting
friends. It's like
friends.
when you buy bread from Lidl. You've got 2 days of it, then it's going sour.
You could compare that person to little bread, but
mouldy bread.
Right.
I thought that's the joke was.
What? That relationship. How do you think that impacted you?
Devastating, to be honest. Like, absolutely fucking devastating. The first relationship that I had for 4 years, I was with her for 2 years, and then we broke up for 4 months and got back together again for another 2 years.
She was a lot older, wasn't she?
She was 4 years. She was 4 years.
Yeah. Cunt.
Cougar cunt.
I've never even met her. She's probably a lovely lady.
She was nice. She wanted way more than what I could give her in that relationship. It was kind of hard.
What do you mean, like them there?
You're lacking in inches.
No, she wanted way more than...
She wanted to see me, like, every day of the week, and I just couldn't do that.
Put the cock sleeve on again.
Yes.
Oh, I hate that. I can't do
What, the cock sleeve?
I hate putting a cock sleeve on. No, she basically, because she was older, I think she was looking for something more settled. I was 21, and I was a bit like, I kind of want to be able to go out and do things if I want to do them. And she was like,
"You're my age."
Yeah, she was like, make sure you don't misbehave when you go out. And anything else, I was like, bruv, I just want to go out for a beer with my pals. And it was always like, I was always on eggshells kind of thing. It just wasn't meant to be, but nonetheless, like, she was a lovely girl, and, like, I have nothing but respect for her.
Good.
And the thing is, what makes it quite hard is that the second relationship, I had nothing but respect for her, but now I have nothing for her. Like,
just nothing.
Like
why do you feel the difference?
From what I found out, basically, every single time that relationship was extremely toxic, and it ruined me on multiple occasions. Lewis had seen me, and Lewis was breaking up with his ex-girlfriend pretty much at the same time as when I was breaking up with my ex-girlfriend at some point. And it was mainly like we'd talk to each other about our problems back and forth about these things. Yeah. So it was like the Discord calls of doom. We were actually like, I'm so sad.
Are you sad? Can we be sad together?
Yeah, mate, it was like Sky Sports Transfer News Live. It was like, and I've just been blocked.
We were just like, don't worry, you'll be fine. You're like, yeah, I'm fine. I've been blocked too.
And she's cheated on me for an undisclosed fee.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, if I had to touch on, like, some points, pretty much, like the time when I started to get to know Lewis and everything, that relationship that I had with her ended up, like, ruining my relationship with my life, but ended up ruining my relationship with Ethan, ended up ruining my relationship working for Sidemen, ended up ruining my relationship with my dad, which I can't entirely blame her for because he is also a prick. But, yeah.
You don't have much luck, do you?
No. And then made me estranged from people like Freya and other friends like that. The thing is, like, what I can always pride myself on is having really good friends who are always very supportive of me. Like Freya, like whilst I said was estranged, she was just very disappointed that she felt like every time I went back to this individual, I would go further away from her. So it wasn't anything like, there was no animosity.
Because you have a lot of, like you said yourself, a lot of your mates are girls, aren't they? So it's that, but I'm just playing like, you're saying obviously your distance. Was that because of like a insecure thing?
No, it was just that my time I put into her, because like I said to you about like, well, we kind of like discovered a little bit about abandonment issues. It was more of like, I was so scared of losing this individual that I was like, I need to put all of my effort into it to make sure that she's always happy. It was like it's hard because she's a narcissist. Like, ultimately, like, she is a narcissist. It is her primary prerogative that she is the main character of her own life.
Prerogative was a big word.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm not even, like, skipping past anything. I'm just trying to make sure that what I word is the right thing to say. But with where things went wrong and where things started to become miscommunicated, she was allocating blame to me, saying that I'm insecure, saying that I'm causing these issues and all of these things. Fucks off for a month, comes back to me and she says how badly she treated me and everything. Everyone's seen all the messages. Like, there's nothing that this person can hide from. Like, at every single point, like, people have read messages, they've listened to voice notes. There is nothing to hide from. I've been very transparent about what has happened. So if there's anything which is going to be manipulated, it just simply cannot be, because everyone knows. I don't really know. I feel like the issue came about is she would say that what I was saying was a lie, or she can't trust the fact that we're just so broken and stuff, when the issue wasn't ever with me, it was with her. And it really made sense when it came to the end of it, because what I found out eventually was just like, that makes so much sense why you're projecting so much shit onto me now.
Because I remember in that relationship when it ended, because I know obviously I haven't knew you like that long, that's ended a couple of times. This is the first time I experienced it end and known you.
Was this August?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember so your personality around the house, you're very like loud, bah, bah. But that was the first time I saw you genuinely really down and almost like, if not depressed, because you wouldn't leave your room, you wouldn't leave your bed. And I remember we had I don't know, like, we can cut this out if you want.
It's fine,
but,
you can keep it out. It's fine, I know what you're going to talk about. It's fine, you can keep it.
I remember when we had a conversation about, I think it was just a podcast for us on a Sunday, because our recording day used to be Sunday, and you had been playing football.
I was with a guest.
Oh, it was with, who was it?
Max Fosh.
Max Fosh, that was it. And we had to reschedule it. I remember you played football in the morning. You were like, I'll be back. And I'm trying to remember, I don't think we could get in touch with you. And this was when you were like really, really like down. And I remember like we were shitting ourselves for a good 4 or 5 hours, because we know the kind of mental state you were in. We hadn't heard from you. Your phone was going straight to voicemail.
Phone died.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, from our perspective before you, your thing was going straight to voicemail, and we were like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then obviously we found out that your phone died, you were trying to charge it at a pub, whatever, reschedule the podcast, just one of them things. But then you came back to the house, we had a conversation in my room about just everything. And I remember you just being like I don't want to be here, because I remember me saying, look, from a business point of view, we were just on the podcast. I was like, bro, like, I know you're feeling down, but we're all kind of going through shit. Like, you need to be on time. But I remember when you came out of that, I was like, fuck, like, he's really, really down. Because you can feel depressed. But when you feel like what you said, where you were like, I just don't want to be here, and then you did break down. That was like probably the lowest I'd seen you right after it. And I remember you got, I felt like you were getting better each week, but inside, how were you feeling at that point?
I wanted to kill myself, like, I'd be like really honest with you. And I think if anyone can like learn anything from this about like toxic relationships and toxic people that are around you, I really was made to feel like I would be nothing without this person. And this isn't actually like necessarily her fault. It's my fault for allowing her in and like listening to deception and lies, and also listening to things which were like being told to me. That day was mad dark because I just wanted her back. Like I felt like needed to do anything that I could to just get her back, and I knew she wasn't coming back, or I felt like she wasn't. And then we played football, just like my escape, and then went to the pub after with the boys. I had a pint, and I was like, I need another one. Then it came to the third or fourth, and I was a bit like, all right, I just need to keep drinking because I'm just feeling shit. Like, and that's one of the first times that I felt like I needed to just drown my sorrows. And bro, like, I felt awful. I felt like there was just nothing. There was no point. I didn't want to do the podcast. I didn't want to do anything for myself. I just kind of just didn't want to exist.
Yeah.
And I briefly touched on the bit where I was talking about the E-Boys podcast, E-Boys shoot, which I went to.
You said that in a video before, haven't you?
Yeah, but I couldn't say anything like about anything because it was for Movember and they don't like you talking about method. But like when I was at Bank and I was going there was a train coming, and then I was literally contemplating doing whatever.
That's a tube station, so people...
That is a tube station. I wasn't at NatWest.
Jump in front of an ATM.
Yeah. Fuck, paper. So that was like, probably the two of the darkest days.
During that time, well, you just explained there before I said that, what were you feeling? What was going through your head?
So with this individual, she would come back and it would be like promising the world. She'd say how much she's fucked up, how much she hates herself for treating me the way that she did, that she does care for me and she does all this kind of shit, whatever it is. Tells me exactly what it is that I want to hear, but then doesn't promise me anything after that. It's just like, we have the conversation and the next day it's just a bit like, a little bit more cold, a little bit more reserved. Like it's like she cleared her conscience for treating me badly.
But how are you? Just in your head, right there, you're at the train station. What are you feeling?
Oh, in that moment, I meant like in general.
No,
because I was still in contact. Bro, like I think the only thing I was thinking of as the train was approaching was my mum. So I was a bit like,
hey, fuck you then.
Yeah,
no,
joking, sorry. No, I just couldn't do that to my mum. Like my mum and I are so close, and I think that was ultimately like the one thing which kind of like kept me going. Where I was a bit like, just
bear with it.
Yeah, because you can give such great advice. You can do whatever. Like the whole motto I was trying to like reinforce, that you're never alone. You can always talk. But when you're in that mindset, you really feel like you can't. But it's something where I grew and learned from.
So you felt alone?
So alone. I knew I wasn't. Like I knew I wasn't. I was in the flat with you guys. But it came to a point where I was just like, I feel alone, but I also feel like the one person who I want doesn't want me.
Yeah, I always felt a bit... You know, when we used to have like drinks in the flat and stuff, I always used to be cautious because I knew that you just split up, and I was thinking if I was you, from your point of view, because you never used to come and drink a lot that outside your room, and I was just think, because if he sees two people in relationships, he's just gonna come back to where he was.
Because I don't really get FOMO like that though.
No, but you could tell that because
the timing wise,
timing wise, it might not be FOMO, but it's still raw emotions. And if you see people like how you used to act, you're going to be like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's a considerate thing, but I mean, for me, I don't look at other people's happiness and wish I had that kind of thing. I just kind of focus on what it is that I have and what I had. The mad thing is about that relationship is that I genuinely did feel extremely happy at moments. But it was always when things were good, you know. But it was always a lack of consistency that things couldn't stay good for long. And it was always like, I'd ask the question, why can't it stay good? Like, why can't it just keep staying good? Like, why does she have to get pissed off at this? But it's because she was looking for reasons, quite frankly. It was just, you look for a reason to cause a problem. But there was another podcast which was done on her, where they were dropping names, and it just seemed like slander, like, at the end of the day. And her response to that was like, why does everyone always try to come for me? What all this kind of stuff? There's stuff on Tattle Life where people are saying things like that. Bro, like, learning from this whole thing, like, I went out on a fucking limb to defend this girl, like on a limb. I defended her to JJ, I defended her to Ethan, I defended her to my mum, defended her to my dad, defended her to all of my friends when things were going good again. I said, you just need to give her a chance. I need to say that every single time. I went out on an absolute limb. I went on the fucking Tattle Life forum and wrote one. No, this is quite funny actually. I wrote a whole like paragraph like defending her. Yeah, because I didn't realise you have to actually approve the Tattle Life things. My account just got blocked. Like my account on Tattle Life, which I created, is just now suspended, so I can't even log in.
Oh, like, Donnelly.
Yes, but they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't post it, and then it just got suspended. But the lengths that I went to try and prove to other people, and I think it's quite reflective, is that that's the kind of the influence that she has over people. That she did that with me. And then also some of her friends who I'm still in contact with because they message me and talk to me, her ex-friends, because they're people who would come to me and tell me stuff which is the truth, like in hindsight.
Do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah, for sure. Like I've got nothing to hide. Well, like, I don't mind.
I don't want to.
It's not slander.
I know.
I'm not dropping names.
I just for me, I don't want to like make you just talk about everything about your relationship on the podcast. Like, yeah, like stuff's happening, to keep that private. But what I do think, if you want to talk about what is like, I thought was fucking what the fuck was after you split up, and was it like last month? Stuff you found out and stuff, which can mentally just fuck you.
That's the stuff that I want to talk about or I'm happy to talk about because, quite frankly, like I said to you guys, I defended, and I mean this with full severity, this is not coming from a person who's just an angry ex-boyfriend. I feel like you guys would testify for me for that. But I've done nothing but respect her name by when we first did the podcast, and then she found out that we were talking about her and everything. She lost her shit. But if you actually listen to the podcast back, the first clip, I was nothing but respectful of her and Ethan. Ethan and I had a conversation where it got quite intense because Ethan and I's relationship really was affected by what was happening with me and her. And where we left it, and this is all I'm going to talk about with the Ethan stuff, is that Ethan and I are now in a really good place where we're good friends again. But that friendship was tested because he was really concerned for me and in going back to her, and his execution was extremely off and was very poor, but he's a hothead. Like, he'll lose his shit.
But his heart was in the right place.
Heart was in the right place.
I remember when you called me and you told me, I wasn't going to shoot. It sounds cringy, but I'm a realist. I'm not going to sit there and bullshit people for the sake of them doing it. Like, I'm not just going to do that. And I remember when you told me what everything Ethan was saying, I was like, yeah, I fully agree. I was like, I'm not even going to shoot. Yeah, I fully agree with him. Yeah, handling might not have been great, but I was like, yeah, I fully agree with what he's saying because I fully agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm a light switch of emotions. Like, if you... realistically, relationships shouldn't need to be forced. You shouldn't need to push for everything. Yeah, every relationship goes through their issues, but constantly to push and try, fight for something that isn't there, I never understand. So I'm like, if it's a relationship, it should just come naturally. So if you're having to fight that, I'm like, it's just not meant to be. Like, it's just not meant to be if you're sitting there. I remember I said it once to you, and you got really upset at me, but then I ended up not being right as such. But I remember I was like to you, you were like, oh, everything's good now, and I went, yeah, until next week. And then we'll see what it is. And you disagreed. You were like, oh, I felt that was cunt. And then next week something did happen.
I didn't say that. But would have come from a place where I was just like, please, just like, it's frustration. It's not because I thought you were a cunt. It's just like, I am so desperate to make this work. Regardless, the whole situation that came about, like the Ethan execution was like off and it was wrong, like how he handled it. But I understood in that time, although like I'm very stubborn, I was just like, well, fuck you too. Like he was like, fuck you, and I was like, fuck you back, and then fuck you, and then fuck you back.
And then you fucked.
And then we fucked passionately. We're having a baby this week. I'm pregnant.
What about like the question about after that, like a month?
Yeah. So whilst like all my relationships with people was like affected, let's just fast forward from August to December, and like. She'd been in contact with me throughout that period of time. From there, like within reach, but like not there. But like within reach, but not there, kind of thing. And it's always like you're being dragged. Now, if you're actually like listen to this is something where I really would like advise anyone who is like maybe suffering or has suffered or yet to suffer with like a toxic relationship. Let that shit go. No one on this planet can make you feel validated. That comes from yourself. And she made me feel like I was someone who was in desperate need of that, like, love and affection kind of thing from her. I did say, like, I feel like you are one of my ones. I don't believe in the one, but I do believe in, like, you could be one of my ones. and I stood by it. But one of your ones would never treat you the way that she treated me.
No.
And there will be some stuff which I will discuss briefly and that about this situation, about what has happened. But the reason why I want to do it is because I care about like my demographic. It's one thing is to get it off my chest, which is like an unburdening, but it's that I have people who are, some of my followers, I would look that they're commenting on her picture saying, oh, wow, you're so beautiful. Like, fine, she is. In my opinion, it's subjective. I do think she is. But they're like, I want to be like you. You don't want to be like her. Like, you just don't want to be like this person. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when I see comments like that, I was just like...
Makes you angry.
It really hurt me because I really do care about my audience.
I'm just so it's not like... I'm not trying to stick up for anyone, but I'm just saying so it's not just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in relationships, is it? Is that what you... Is that what,
as a person, bro.
As a person?
Yeah. I mean, I will be really cutthroat honest. It's not just the relationships. I've seen how she treats her friends as well. It's... Some of her friends have come to me and they tell me the things which she has done, like about me and to me, to other people, whatever it is. But then when I would then confront her about that situation, she would like denounce that friendship, be like, they're lying, they're whatever. Then they get alienated, then they're no part of a friendship group. One red flag that you should notice in a person is if they don't have a consistent friendship group, like at all, ever, that most likely they are partially the problem, if not all of the problem. And this person has not had a consistent friendship group for a while. She drifts from people and alienates people and causes a lot of enemies. And that is for very good reason. I'll be really, really, really honest. Making people feel like that they're not.
So just to confirm, you still really like this person?
Really, really, really deeply like.
Just to make sure.
I had a message that came through from one of her friends at the time. Don't know how close they are as friends anymore, but just one of the friends made me feel like complete shit because she was like, let's not pretend like if she came back to you again, you wouldn't just fall at her knees. And she was right. Like it was true. But it was also like what she was doing was really, really fucking cruel. She was talking to someone else at that period of time. And I guess this will be the first thing I'll talk about. She was talking to someone else at a period of time. This was May last year. And she was just like, oh, I can't pick up the phone right now. And I was just like, why? And she was like, I'm on the phone to this guy. And I'm like, right, okay. So don't really know what's going on here. So she kept that going for probably about 3 weeks. Then she moved city. And that was coming up to June. And in that period of time, she kind of ghosted for a few days. She said she needs her time. Needs her time to think.
Was in a relationship at this point?
We weren't in a relationship at this point, no. But she was like, it was like kind of we were rekindling. We were trying to make things work again, in my opinion. And also because we ended up going back into a relationship, yes. And she was just like, yeah, I just need some time to think, whatever it was. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I feel a bit shit, but fine. And then... came back a few days later, was just like, yeah, I've told him I'm not interested in him. Like, it's you. I want to like make this work with you. I went up to see her, and then things like carried on. One of her ex-best friends then had told me 2 weeks ago that in that period of time, he came from his city to her city, and they slept with each other. But she told me that in that period of time, like,
oh, okay, so she didn't cheat on you, but she lied to you.
Completely lied, but she had no intention of ever telling me. That situation also happened with another guy in February, also happened with another guy after we broke up. Didn't cheat on me, to my knowledge. Didn't cheat on me at all. So I'm not going to put that slander out there, but it was the dishonesty and also the hypocrisy that how she reacted when she found out I was seeing someone else after we broke up from December.
That was by seeing someone else. That was just.
She asked me. She messaged me again on her birthday in December, and then she was basically just talking to me. We were just going back. We were reminiscing. We were talking about things like that were happening. And by the way, like I didn't know about any of this previous information, which I've just kind of dropped here. She didn't know that we were like seeing each other. She didn't know. She messaged me on her birthday. We started to reminisce, we started to talk, and we just started to think about like maybe when post-lockdown stuff is like all done, we could see each other and we can see like where it goes. And then one night she just asked me a question. She said, "Have you slept with anyone, by the way, since we started speaking?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I have." And then she was like, "Oh, a bit mad." I was like, "Why?" I said, "You haven't said we're getting back together. I don't think we are. I want to. Like, I've said that, whatever." And then blocked me, whatever. After this conversation, we were sending voice notes back and forth. I felt like it was a communication. Then blocked me. I left it at that. And then I think 2 weeks later, she came back or something. Don't really know the exact timeline. When my music video was dropping. And she said, "Yeah, you failed to tell me that Lauren Alexis was in your video. You're a piece of shit," all this kind of stuff. I was like, "What the hell's got Lauren Alexis got to do with this?" Every single time coming back to Lauren, I was just like, Lauren and I are just very good friends. But that you both heard the voice note from that, and it was just a bit disgusting. And then I jumped on the call with one of her old best friends. Her best friend told me about these 3 guys. She said, "I'm not going to allow her to say that stuff to you because this is actually what she has done and this is the truth." And she was one of her best friends throughout this whole period of time. And yeah, very much.
One of the happiest things I've had in the past few months is how you haven't there's just been before when all that was going on, it was like all the time, have you seen what she said, and every day, and you were like there, I was like, okay, I was trying to be there for you and stuff, but lately, like, you've just been like, she hasn't been on your mind. Well, she probably might have been on your mind, but
she hasn't. Don't think about her really.
Yeah, but it hasn't been evident at all. You've obviously seen other people. You've had little things, and you just seem now like so much happier and so much like you're living for yourself rather than living for someone else, and it's like so good to see. It's like what do they call, like a glow up.
Really?
Independent bad bitch. Yeah, it seems like you just proper went, you know what? Because I was worried for you a little bit during it. I was like, I think he might go back, whatever. If it's down to him if he does. But the day, like, there was one day, and I can't remember where, you seem to just click. And I think it was the night of your music video was a big night as well when that got released. And I remember then just thinking, nah, he's totally done now. Like, it's not even like, it's not even a thing anymore. And that was like a big thing for you, because I always felt like you were like, oh, but you know, if she messaged us, I'd get back with, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no, you've actually just, I remember when you stood up for yourself and you were like, fuck this. And I remember being like, do you know when Marvel, where fucking Captain America goes, it was like you got your fucking independence back. You were like,
I just had enough, man. I think for me, like, whilst we were talking, I could feel the toxic, like, energy that was, like, coming through, but I did still, like, love her. So I was a bit like, I really want to, like, just battle through it and just kind of make it work as shit as this is. And then when her friend told me, or her ex-friend told me about everything that had happened, there was a whole period, where she was seeing someone for months, by the way, whilst we'd broken up. So this was probably February last year. She said to me, like, "Oh, he's got the same name as my dad. What am I going to say in bed? Ooh, her dad's name." I was just like, yeah, sure. She was like, I wouldn't be catch dead. He's ugly. And I was just like, all right, okay. She's saying all this stuff about this guy. So she started making me trying to believe it. She said the same thing about the other guy, how she didn't find this other guy attractive. Anyway, I was told, yeah, no, she was like fully sleeping with him. Like, she was like seeing him from like February, like into lockdown and stuff. And I was just like, right. So we were actually talking during that period of time as well. Like, we'd been trying to like make things work, etc., etc., etc. And I was a bit like, how can you have the double standard to like say that to me? But that's because that's literally a trait of a narcissist, is that you can't remove yourself from being in the wrong. Like, you are the controller of your own morality for that, you know? And I just thought it was absurd. So when I did find that stuff out, I was a bit like, wow, okay, I'm just going to... It just felt like a weight off my shoulders. I was like, I have actually got no loyalty to this person. I'm a very loyal person.
And
so
to say now, so past all that rubbish,
fair enough.
What are you feeling like now? How are you feeling?
On top of the world, man. Like genuinely, like I feel great. Like I have a few bad days here and there, but it's mainly towards like how I believe in myself. I was pretty proud of the video. I'm starting to do a lot more content stuff for myself. I'm repairing my friendships, which I had lost. I feel like I'm getting myself back to where like I was and where I should be. I think lockdown's ending soon. I've started talking to someone who I really like. She's healthy.
I fucking love her, you know. Like, I actually fucking love her.
She's class. Bro.
Yeah, I love her too. She's really nice.
She's so fucking nice.
She's a good girl. But I think wherever that goes, at least I know that I've still got a person that it doesn't treat me like that.
Yeah.
Like, she has her own issues, but she doesn't project that onto me and make me feel like I'm a piece of shit. Bro, you both heard the last voice note that she sent me.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like...
Yeah.
But like, for example, his current girl, how cute is this? Every single time she comes around, and this is not like the standard we hold in this house, she just does it for her own like thing. She brings gifts for everyone every single time without fail.
Brownies, chocolate, our legs wide open on the table. I'm joking.
She brings literally so much, and it's just... There's no reason to, but she does it, and it's really cute. She even got stuff for the fucking hamster.
Exactly.
She did. She Flux
That was
likes
cute.
her more than me.
Yeah, Flux actually loves her. Flux.
Yeah,
And they're both Russian.
They are both Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is great stuff for Flux.
it is
Now he
good
feels
stuff.
at home in the motherland.
Yeah, but essentially, like, regardless of like what this girl currently is like, I feel more focused on myself and doing more things. I'm focusing on us as a podcast and as a trio. I feel a lot more driven to do more things. But ultimately, the thing is, where she was saying that I'm all these things, like I'm a piece of shit, I'm a manipulator, I'm abusive. Bro, I also got told that she put stuff on her close friend story saying how abusive I was. And then I was a bit like, huh? Like, what? Like, I was in a relationship for 4 years. I'm literally friends with most of the girls I've slept with. Like, you're not going to get anyone come forward and say I'm abusive. Like, apart from that one crazy girl, I can't drop a name. The one who wanted me to be her boyfriend before I actually met her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm a manipulator because I was just.
Yeah,
I just want to.
Can you fuck off, Bambino Becky, please? We've had quite enough of you in this house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Jeff's fucked.
Yeah, in this very room.
Mash Oxley.
Oh, yeah, we heard about what you were
Yeah,
up
we
to.
heard about
you
Bambino
naughty,
Becky.
naughty,
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 teasing me. God, this chair.
I thought this was a bit sticky.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
not in the podcast room, guys.
Not in the podcast
Not in
room.
the podcast room.
wait,
But essentially, to break. Why do you want to say something?
No, that was ages ago as well.
That was it. That was a long time ago.
That was pre-lockdown.
That was. But essentially, to like kind of bring it back, like I feel if she were to reach out, which she might, it would just be resulting in a block. I've got no interest. Like, yeah, whereas before it would have been like, I'm sorry. I've got nothing to be sorry for. I've literally told my truth.
Well, I think you've handled that well, right? I think you handled.
Thanks, pal.
I think you handled that. No, with what you say, right? You I don't know if you call that a cunt. I'm not sure.
She's a cunt. Like, she's a cunt.
Right. Well, there we go.
Yeah, but that's what we can leave it with. Like, whatever. I've got no respect for you as a human being. Like,
On other relationships.
Other relationships,
Yeah,
yes.
friendships. Now, I know you touched on there with Ethan. You went through a bit of a sticky patch with
Yes.
him. How is it now to have like...
Fantastic.
Because I know, I think at least, you and Ethan were best mates for quite a while. Obviously, he's lived together. What's it like to have him back in your life as someone that you can like actually speak to?
I think when it comes to Ethan, yeah, it's going to be reparation because I apologised to him the other day. I said, listen, I know that your intentions were in the right place. And the thing is, yeah, like when it comes to like a lot of people, I don't want anyone to like be sad. I don't want anyone to be like whatever. And especially if it's something that comes from me, all I wanted to be was happy. And I felt like it was something which I was really driving towards to try and find my happiness. But everyone else's frustration, like Eleanor Bateman, for example, she was there for me for a lot of it. Lewis, my other friends, home friends, people could see that this wasn't the right thing. And they were really like, please. But if I got back, they were just like, I hope you're happy, kind of thing. But then when I'm not, they're there for me, you know? Whereas Ethan was living with me during lockdown, and imagine that's going on. It's literally every single time. And he isn't the most patient of men anyway. So you just snap.
Yeah, from his point of view, I can kind of see, like, at least in this house, there's, like, quite a few people that you can, like, open up to at different points. Whereas, I'm not going to lie, if you were coming to me with that stuff 24/7 every day, I would have probably have punched you in the face.
Right.
I'm joking. But I can tell it can be quite... It would be... Emotionally, for him, it's very intense as well.
Bro,
Especially when you've got your own shit going on.
Exactly,
Yeah.
when he has his own shit going on. There's no bounds. Like, I still consider him one of my best friends. Like, I really do, but we're just not as close as we used to be. I have nothing but respect and love for him as well, but it's going to be my responsibility from now on to try and, like, make those, like, repairs, because he felt disrespected in the friendship by going back to something which he felt like was just the wrong decision to do. So ultimately, like, if I'm going to be like really honest, it's just going to take time, to be honest. But there is nothing wrong with us. We've still got a good professional relationship. I feel like our friendship and our seem like a brother. That's just going to take time to just get back to where it was, you know.
Yeah, because you said you've got a lot of plans like for his content and stuff. Man. Like you've got like a lot going on right now, haven't you?
I think especially like right now, it's still hard because you can't just like casually just go over and chill. You can't just let's go to the gym because there's no gyms, kind of thing. And gym was like a big thing for us. Like we'd go there, we'd work out, but it's also like pushing each other, and then it's also like you spending time. It's just natural bonding time as opposed to like, all right, I'm going to come over and we're just going to sit and talk to each other for an hour and a half. I don't really do that.
Do you reckon when you were both going to the gym, you could take him in a fight? Because obviously you've
take him in a fight.
Like obviously he's got some strength on his side, but you've got kung fu.
To be honest with you, I'd be up for a sparring session with you, and I think it'd be quite funny. I'm taller, I've got range, but I'm not really a range fighter.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's not an answer.
It's not an answer.
I want an answer.
Alright, Behzinga, bro, like after everything, I'm gonna fucking knock you out, you little ginger twat, you pussy, fucking pussy, or come at me and I'll kick your head in, little dwarf. Anyway,
so you think you could beat him?
Yeah, probably.
You've calling someone a dwarf, though.
Me calling someone a dwarf, that's an insult.
It's like Voldemort calling someone toxic.
Voldemort?
No.
No.
I was going to say it.
Yeah, if it's boxing, he'll probably clobber me, because I'm not a boxer, but...
What, but if it's MMA, he'll win?
No, because what I do, Kung Fu, Sunday is like Chinese kickboxing, so like leg fights and stuff like that. Not leg fights, we don't
That's a very specific niche you're going to beat him in.
No, it's like Muay Thai.
Just come at him, fucking just kicking him.
No, it's just like Muay Thai. You know what Muay Thai is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like Muay Thai, the Chinese version is Sunday. Sunday's like, all that kind of stuff.
Ethan, I challenge you to a Sundance.
Sundance. A Sundance. Only. Yeah,
no, this is like a fucking TikTok dance. Imagine if they took imagine if they took you to the monk place and just made you do fucking TikTok dances. That would be hilarious.
A TikTok dance outside Shaolin Temple. I'm a tofu, dun, dun, dun.
Probably happens because it's a Chinese app, isn't it? TikTok.
True.
Wow.
All comes back together.
It all comes back.
I actually invented TikTok.
Yeah.
Apart from his dad, that doesn't come back.
Yes. He's not like a boomerang.
I think that's a good spot to end it, bro. Because I feel like if I go on talking about anything funny now, I feel like it's just a bit of a mood switch. But I think we you got a lot off your chest there. How are you feeling after?
Fuck, man.
There wasn't much to get. Sorry.
I'm flat chested.
Got a lot off your pigeon chest.
No, fucking twat. No. I feel good. I feel like I've spoke about a lot of this already. I feel like some of it for me is more of like it's an unburdening of myself. Also, if there are people who are like my demographic and people who actually like care about me, it's more of like a pre-warning and also kind of an insight to my life. The way the podcast ended is more of like, whereas
so if anyone calls him a specky mong, we've seen in the comments, specky mong.
I stopped wearing glasses now because of it.
Very specific. Yeah. It was never anything different.
Yeah, it's never specky or mong, just specky mong. If you call him that now, who was the real prick?
And I actually batter you fucking pussy, because now you know what I do.
Yeah.
I'm actually with a ball.
He does sundown.
Sundown.
Embarrassing if you try and go for him.
So his dad left him, so he's got anger.
We are going to go into the audio. We are going to go into the audio only version of the podcast right now. So if you want more of Charlie, Lewis, and me, please go over to Spotify, Apple, wherever you get podcasts. Go and follow her on there, and see yous in a bit, people.
Man.